So I dated a racist. Now, that's not dramatic because I've never met a non-racist. I have a lot of instincts based on groups. My brain is always ready to make associations with certain groups. And that's sort of the cornerstone of racism. So we're all guilty of it. But this person never said anything racist. And then I was talking with someone, a student of mine, and let's say that he is Brazilian. Because I don't think there can be any negative. Anyway, so he's Brazilian, and he says to me, he's talking to me about Kyrie Irving giving up millions of dollars just because of his flat Earth beliefs, or no, his COVID beliefs, and the guy says to me that his people, Brazilians, will never do that because they care. He's not, by the way, actually from Brazil, because the most important thing to them is money above personal beliefs, whatever. I didn't buy this explanation. I think that his culture, it's much more collective culture, and so your responsibility towards others is going to greatly, or towards your job, or towards your title, whatever, is going to greatly outweigh whatever individualist things you have. Also, it's celebrated in the U.S. to stand for something, to say, oh, I'm against that and I'm not going to change my mind or whatever. It is shamed in Brazil. Again, not actually Brazil. But I asked the woman who I was dating what she thought would be the explanation. I hadn't given her my explanation. And she said, oh, yeah, maybe because they lack critical thinking. And you have to realize how funny that is. This woman didn't have a critical thinking cell in her body. And she's French, and I think that sometimes the French can think that they're good critical thinkers just because they're critical. Being critical doesn't make you a good thinker. Having as your entire policy, I am against authority, is not thinking. Not to mention that this guy, I don't know whether she had this context, but Kyrie Irving is not a critical thinker. But that's how the brain is. The brain, it's desperate to learn its environment and other groups as quickly as possible. So the moment that there's any possible label or any possible, characteristic we can associate with this group, we do it ASAP. And it takes a lot of work to try to catch that and to fight that, or to make sure that those associations, not to make sure, but to try to avoid those associations influencing your other thinking. So just anytime you're going, oh yeah, I don't know whether I should get a Brazilian for this job, because after all oh, wait a minute, catch yourself like that and go, oh shit, okay, hang on. So anyway, that's my point, is that one, we're all racist. Two, she was an idiot without any kind of self-awareness. And three, I don't want you to be. So no, Brazilians are not. I mean, there could be cultural aspects that interfere with critical thinking, but there are far more, well, no, I won't say far more, but there are cultural aspects in Western culture that interfere with good thinking as well, such as individualism. You can't think on your own. You can't learn about the world on your own. You're a one dumb racist brain. The only way to learn about the world is in a group where we can catch each other's errors. But unfortunately in the West, we've got this, especially in the US, we have this stand for something or fall for anything. You have to have an opinion. We respect those who have a strong opinion, meaning it doesn't change. And having a conversation with them is pointless. Oh, that's a good guy. And he's going to be proud. Hey, you're not going to change my mind. I know what I believe. And we're like, oh, yeah, bravo. Oh, my gosh. What the fuck? Of course, on the other end of the spectrum, it's not much better when all the Brazilians are like, okay, I'll just believe whatever they're saying. It's not really like that, though. And it's not really like quite what I describe in the West. It's a little bit more nuanced, I hope. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say.